Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Eruvin Perek Vav Mishna Bet. In this Mishnah, we're continuing the theme of the last Mishnah, but we're going to talk about living with the Sadducee in the courtyard. So we're going to see from Rabban Gamliel's words that he argues in last Mishnah. Last Mishnah we said that the Sadducee is the same status of a goy. Let's see what Rabban Gamliel says. Amar Rabban Gamliel, Ma'aseh b'Sadducee ahad. There was a case with the Sadducee, right? Sadducee was the students, right, of it's Sadok himself, right, and all his students. Sadok was a student of Antignash Socho. Right, and he was really the first to be soteh, right, to just leave the path of the Torah, and he did not believe in Torah She'ba'al Peh. And so one Sadducee, one of the people from this group, he lived with us in a mavoy, right, in this alleyway in Yerushalayim. Ve'amar lanu Abba. Right, and Rabban Gamliel is saying, our dad told us, go ahead and quickly take out all the kilim to the mavoy, before he goes and takes back his reshut, right, by taking back his place in the mavoy, right? So what do you mean over here? So we see that Rabbi Meir is the first opinion in this Mishnah, because Rabbi Yehuda is going to argue and say that's not the exact case that would happen, right? So this case, this is how the maaseh happened. This is how the incident happened according to Rabbi Meir. And he says that when the Sadducee came, he was mivatel his reshut, right? He annulled his reshut. He allowed them to use it. And comes Rabban Shimon, right, Rabban Gamliel's father, and says, go ahead and take out all the kilim, take out your utensils into the alleyway, right? So you have a hazakah. So now you're using it, and once you're using it, he can come back and retake back his his residency in the mavoy, in that alleyway, right? Because once we have a cloud, someone that's mivatel reshut, right? Once he once someone else uses it, someone's mivatel reshut, and before anyone uses it, he goes ahead, backs, and he takes it back. He can be all set on everyone else in the alleyway. So what happens over here? They come and they use it first before this Sadducee comes back. That's what Rabban Shimon told his family to do. Go ahead, use it, and now it's yours. And the Sadducee can't come back and reestablish his his living quarters. He can't come back and retake his possession of the alleyway itself. And Rabbi Yehuda comes and Rabbi Yehuda argues. Rabbi Yehuda says, no, that wasn't the case. This is what happened. This is Rambam's Bores. Go ahead and do what you need to in the mavoy until before actually yetzeh. What's yetzeh? So Rambam says yetzeh hayom, before the sun sets. This whole incident didn't happen on Shabbat. It happened on Friday, before Shabbat rolled in. And what happened? Rabban Shimon is telling his kids, go ahead before Shabbat comes in, right? And do what you need to, take your stuff out to the mavoy, right? Before Shabbat rolls in, meaning what? Once Shabbat rolls in, right? Meaning once Shabbat rolls in, the goy could use the mavoy, and that could be a problem, right? He could be all set on you. And we're treating this Sadducee mamash like a goy. So according to the Rabban Gamliel, the Sadducee is not like a goy. According to the Rabbi Yehuda, he is like a goy. Right? So that's the important distinction between the two. Rabbi Yehuda is like our last Mishnah. According to Tanakama over here, right, it's a different opinion saying that the Sadducee is not like a goy. What's the psak halacha? Psak halacha is any person from Israel. It doesn't matter who he is. If he's mehalel Shabbat befarhesia, if he violates Shabbat openly, right, you cannot make an eruv with him. This person cannot be mivatel reshut, and you would need to rent from him like a regular goy. Now, let's say the person is not mehalel Shabbat befarhesia, right, and obviously he's also, right, important to know, on condition that he's not oved avodah zarah. Then you're allowed to be, right, he's allowed to go and mivatel his reshut, right, he could cancel out, annul his reshut to us, but he can't go ahead and give us the reshut before Shabbat, right? Unless he's modeh in the eruv, right? Unless the person is mamash modeh in the eruv, right? So there's three categories over here: someone who's mehalel Shabbat, someone who's not me'halel Shabbat but doesn't agree in the concept of the Eruv, and lastly, the person or someone who agrees in the concept of the Eruv, and that person could also give us his reshut from before Shabbat. Right, so what do we see from here? That really anyone who's not me'halel Shabbat and hafaresiyah, not oved avodah zarah, he can vatel reshut, right? Right? If he doesn't agree in the Eruv, he still cannot go give us the reshut, rather we need to rent it from him. Vezehu hapsak hanachon. Rambam says this is the correct psak halacha.